Inshallah and Ashe with super gratitude and blessings. My energetic beings, welcome to the cold full moon Cancer ritual. And if you are new to my show, my channel, please subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell so that algorithm will share me to other like-minded musers in the galaxy like yourself. Be sure to tune into the Musing Moon meditation for the full moon arriving on the 26th of December at the dimensional degree in the season of Father Time, the Cold Father, the solstice, Yule. And this ritual, I am so super stoked to share. It's one that I did last year. I do it at the end of each season, at the end of the year. We do have a Mercury retrograde. Be sure to tune into my Musing blog on my website to really learn about why your intentions are more importantly to revisit. Listen to my Sacred Spirit Circle in Capricorn as well. I really like to cover the subtle energies that I associate with each of the seasons. In this case, it's the 11th energetic center in our hands. It's all about commanding forces. And with that, my name is Tonya Dee. I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. A reflector by human design. I really am a seer into the unseen, dreams and visions. But this truly is our divine time to shine, be a star on the spiritual walk of fame. I started the Musing Moon meditations actually a few years back. And as a reflector, I find I am always musing with the moon, the celestial bodies, the stars, just feeling often like the oracle in the Matrix. I am a little weird and otherworldly. I do cowrie shell divinations. I'm a student, a protege of Elder Malidoma Somé. He's an indigenous shaman, a medicine man of the Dagar tribe in Dano, Burkina Faso. Spirit literally sent me to Malidoma. He was always in my peripheral sights. Seriously blessed to be mentored by him, able to visit his village. You can read about ritual on my website under resources as well, along with Malidoma. Matter of fact, I have a fantastic interview about indigenous technologies, ritual, this week. I'm super stoked because ritual in the indigenous cultures are very different than our day-to-day world, I'll say. In West Africa, the Peruvian shamans, the Mongolian shamans. This particular interview is about the shamans of Asia and their cultures, different than Buddhism, by the way. But I do want to say in cowrie shell divination, I do prescribe ritual as medicine for the querent, maintenance rituals, even radical rituals. I recently started adding ritual as part of my moon meditations a few months ago. But this ritual is actually one I do every year. I thought I had a musing post. I don't. It probably was in the Rising of the Origins last year. So one of my friends said I actually talk really fast, and I wonder if it's because my house is kind of cold. Just saying. So these are called Omen days, or the 12 magical days, or Omen nights. They're super fantastic. They're cheery. They're bright. They're super fun. So first thing I want you to do is grab yourself a pen, a paper, a journal, and get ready to take some notes. And if you want, before we get started, and for those of you that don't know me, again, did I introduce myself? I am Tonya Dee. I do call myself a holistic shaman medium, a seer into the unseen, because I work with everything that is in the unseen. I prefer the fae, the fairies. I do make fairy houses, just so you know, and a lot more. But one of the things that I absolutely love is all these magical spaces and places and the unseen and the collaboration with the subtle energies. I mean, my friend, she follows Sasquatch. I think there's portals. I'm just saying. However, rituals, I actually have an entire page dedicated to ritual. And today we're speaking about the 12 magical omen days, the magical days, the cheery and the bright days that I do the end of each and every year. So first I want to tell you how to do the ritual. And then I'm going to answer some questions. I'm also going to bring in the elementals at the end. That way you may or may not, whatever question you have, just be sure to comment below. I'm probably going to re-scribe a little bit during this. I love this ritual. Seriously, I'm very passionate about it. So you're going to sit down, and with a pen and a paper, you're going to go ahead and write down 13 magical wishes that you would like to see come to fruition and happen in the year of 2024. And you're going to write them down on 13 little pieces of paper. And then what you're going to do, you're going to fold them and plop them into a jar or into a bowl, whatever your heart desires. And if you don't have a jar, or you can use an envelope, I'm probably going to use my blessing bowl, somewhere where you can just plop it. You can do this ritual around Yule, the solstice, pagans, usually the pagan holiday. You can start on the solstice, the 20th or the 21st of December. If you start on the 20th, you're going to write down 13 wishes, and possibly you want to maybe start them on Christmas Eve. If that's your thing, go ahead. I'm actually going to start mine on the 26th along with the full moon. Last year, I actually started on the 26th of last year as well. But you can do this ritual to fit into any tradition. However, it does need to be done the end of the year, the last 12 days, actually. These are the prime dates that are in alignment. They do fit into any tradition, whether it's the Sabbats, the pagan, Yule, the solstice, the Christians, whatever you decide. But if you do start on the 20th, the 21st, and the 2nd, you're going to start on the 24th, then you're maybe end the ritual on the 6th of January, or you can be like me and start it on the 26th and end on the 8th of January. So now, just imagine in your mind's eye, imagine that you have already written down your 13 wishes and you've plopped them in your blessing bowl or put them in a jar or whatever works for you. The next day, you're going to take one of them out. You're not going to read it. You're going to keep it folded and you're actually going to burn it. Yes, you're going to burn it, leaving it up to whatever you believe in for it to come to fruition, to come true. The universe, whatever, God, Great Spirit, whatever you believe in life, in the physical reality we're in. Just the magic and the medicine of rituals. That's the wishing well, the celestial tree, that is the magic. And that it's going to take care of your wish, right? But you don't know which one it is. So what I do recommend is that you do have a notebook where you write down your 13 wishes so that at the end of 2024, you can actually come back to that list and see all the things that are actually have already come true. Because you're going to thank me at the end of 2024. Because that list is going to come true. So you burn one wish every day for 12 days, and you actually do this first thing in the morning. And then on that 13th day, you're actually left with one wish, because remember, you wrote down 13 wishes. So the last one is the one that you're allowed to read. And you have to read it because that one in particular, that is the one that your heart is most responsible for and committed to. And you're the one who's actually going to make that 13th wish come to fruition, come true. Also, what we're going to do at the very same time every day when you're burning the wish, you're actually going to pull one tarot card. And don't worry if you don't have a tarot card. I'm going to be pulling the cards here for the ones who don't have tarot cards. I'm probably going to go with the Fae, just so you know. Those are my favorites. So if you don't have tarot cards, and yes, if you do have tarot cards, you do pull a card every day, but you do put it back into the deck. However, it's not very likely that you will. However, it has happened before. You may pull the same card more than once, even every day. Often I get the same card maybe twice, the same message throughout the year. Every single card corresponds to a month. So there's 12 days. So while you're burning your wishes, the first day you're going to pull the card. The first day is going to be the tarot card that corresponds to January, the first month. The second is going to be corresponding with February. And the third day that you burn is March, the fourth day, April, fifth day, May, so on and so forth until we finish the 12 days. So that kind of gives you an idea on what you need to focus on every single month of the year for 2024. One of the questions that comes back a lot, can you do this ritual if you live in the southern hemisphere of the planet? Absolutely. Why not? It's ritual. Ritual is medicine. It's maintenance. We do it at the end of every year in December. I do this. Literally on the 26th is kind of when I do it myself, but you can do the Yule, you have opportunities. Because we're closing up the new year, so it really doesn't matter. So if it's not winter where you live, you can still do this magical night. Another question, if you don't like to burn your wishes, then what do? Well, you just want to find another way of disposing of your wishing well, your wishing tree, that feels in alignment and magical to you and for you. And even if it doesn't, put them in a bin, if you will. You just don't read them. That's the key. You're just giving them away to whatever magical journey that's going to take care of it for you. And it really doesn't matter what your heart believes in. It's in what actually fits your reality, what fits your belief system, what fits your design as a reflector. You don't need the ones that you're burning or disposing of. You just don't read them. That's the key. You only read the last one, the final one. Another question people ask is, what if my last wish is really difficult for me? What if I can't make it come true? Well, this is where you need to think your wish list through, because all of these 13 wishes, they have to be things that your heart can actually handle. So it's okay if your last wish, all of them need to actually be in that frequency of something that really is in heart alignment, actually. I would say heart alignment wishes have to be, they have to feel good to you. That's why go back and listen to my Mercury, my little thing about Mercury. So you can also write just wishes as keywords, like I might write down new Jeep, I might write down bathroom remodel, I might write down YouTube subscribers, I don't know. You can even write sentences if your heart desires. They can be in the present tense. It really is whatever tense you want, and it really doesn't matter for this ritual. It does not matter. We're also asking for some ideas. So I'm going to give you a few of my examples from the previous year. I went with inner peace. I went with universal allowance. I wished for a new tribe. That's more of my vibe, like in my divine alignment. I really did wish for my YouTube subscribers to hit over 1,000. So don't be surprised. You're going to wish for things and maybe they're going to come in a different form. And then, expect the unexpected, the element of surprise, miracles, indeed, miracles, the miraculous. But they're all good. And once again, I can't stress this enough. Write your wishes down in a notebook. This was mine from last year. And come back to that list and you can do like a vital check-in if you want. And each one, literally, when they start to come true, you don't want to look at your list until the end of the year. However, I do want to say that. So I'm so happy I finally made and created this and crafted this because I literally was like in my dream space after I recorded the moon ritual. And I love this one. I do it every year. So that's why I decided to do it this year. You can start the 20th of December, the 24th, or follow me and start on the full cold moon on the 26th. So we can do this together. It's really going to be fantastic. It's going to be fun. And more importantly, it's going to be magical. We need that. Now for the elementals. On this full moon, we do have a young earth horse of a day, freedom and adventure, meeting the mountain. And we have all of the elementals as well. Have you noticed? So I'm going with fire because it's freaking cold here. A nice warm house fire. Practical, reliable, stable, unmoving like a mountain, and supported. What's interesting is yin fire supports the mountain. That's our inner fires. The elementals. The horse is a resource. It also has yin earth, which represents a meadow. Meadow, not a meadow. Meadow, not metal. Wood is our ambition. That's the spirit of power. It's also authority for a young earth or an earth daymaster. But this is also unbecoming power. The yin water is wealth, assets, money to our day, productivity, producing, rabbits produce. Yin water is money, assets, we create, prosperity, being in the flow, being clear about our intentions. But the rabbit is also in alignment with our mountain. But this is healthy power. This is innovation. The hour, though, what we have here is all of the elements, which I just noticed. They're in the prime direction of the Chinese center. They're directional forces, every freaking one of them. All yin. So this is energy going on in the inside of us. Metal is performance, it's creativity to an earth daymaster. So this energy is a little bit drastic, unconventional, and knowing that Mercury is retrograde, maybe flash back to your intentions. I am going to be doing mini snippets in the Rising of the Origins about these 12 or 13 wishes and doing the burn. So all eyes upon the mountain, right? But when I talk about the directional energies, the horse is the direction of pure south. The rat is pure north. The rabbit is pure east. And the rooster is pure west. These are pure directions. So I find that very fascinating and also intriguing. This is yin energy. So really giving time and space to all of the elementals. And just remember Earth in the center, that's yang Earth. Earth is a transitional energy. So things are in transition. I do find it curious that we do have every directional elemental there. So with that, I say Ashe. Be sure to comment below. I want to hear about this ritual. This is one I do every year. I love it. I do have it in my book. So yeah. And I might as well show you because this is my new moon book that I'm using for this year. This one's all about the moon. That's why I went with it. Once again, I say Ashe, blessings to you, and I'll see you on the other side.